Before the video starts, please check out the links in the description.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Brown, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Emotional incest. This is something that I had never heard of until I was in the throes of a high conflict divorce, and after years of being in it, this finally came to the surface that this was happening in my middle daughter, who was 15, 16 during this time period, and her father. So there was emotional incest between the two of them. Well, he was inflicting it upon her. She was the innocent victim in this. But near the end of our marriage, I was finding we had a very dysfunctional dynamic in our family. And I did not understand what was going on because I had become the child in the relationship and she had become more of the spouse, the parent. And if I tried to have any sort of discipline with her, I was met with laughing, and they were united, and I was a joke. I was mentally ill. So let me read to you from my book again. I hate to keep doing this, but it's just better than me talking about it. So my older daughter remained open-minded and defended my work inside and outside of the house. Peter parented her in an entirely different way than he did our other child, the middle daughter. He was very hard on the oldest and controlling, making her work at a very young age. His disciplines to her were often unreasonable and severe. However, by the time we got to court, she had turned against me with such vengeance that it took my breath away. I was blindsided. I actually thought she would probably be the one to support me when I left the relationship. All of this did not happen overnight, and I unwittingly assisted Peter in my own destruction. Peter used the girls as pawns, cultivating their worship of him, and this is typical with a sociopath or even a narcissist. He was special. He had special powers to understand people and powers to correct situations. There were no jobs or churches or environments that were good enough for him. Not even his family was good enough for him until he needed their help to destroy me. He persuaded the girls directly and indirectly to be antagonistic toward me, to confront me, both independently and along with him. Regardless of my actual mental state, if a family member does have a mental illness, the family should rally around the sick member, certainly not use it against them. Now I see that over the years, my daughter slowly lost respect for me. Peter contradicted nearly every parenting idea I had, relaxed my attempts to establish order, and explained to the girls that I didn't know what I was doing. They just needed to do as he said. He convinced us all that he was the better parent, even me. If our relationship had been a partnership, not his attempt at absolute power and control, we would have been united. He would have built me up and supported my parenting, expressing appreciation for my work and for my sacrifices for the family. While I worked so much, I was working 3 jobs at this time, full-time job and then 2 other part-time jobs. Especially in the end, it was easy for him to turn the children away from loving and respecting me as their mother. Quite frankly, he just had more time than me. He was with them. I was running on the treadmill, this, here, there, trying to make ends meet for our family. And I'm going to talk more about financial abuse at a later video. So while he was with them so much and knew that I was pulling away at this time, he had a lot of time to rewrite history using brainwashing techniques to change incidents. Incidents where he was the abuser toward the children, he was changing. I suddenly became the abuser in this incident. So he was rewriting history, preparing for his defense to take everything from me like he had threatened to for years and years, our whole 20 years of our marriage pretty much. So in the end, one of the family therapists, the court-ordered family therapist, I guess she was the only one for the children, she recognized after a year that my middle daughter was taking care of Peter. So she confronted them in a counseling situation. Well, that was the end of the therapy for Peter, because once you confront a sociopath or you start to see through it, they're going to be on to the next therapist or the next professional. So anyway, she had recognized that my middle daughter was taking care of Peter, and she even called him Peter, which the judge found a little disturbing and mentioned that in our final trial. So if she's taking care of him and she is talking about the divorce and in the middle of it, and he's sharing adult information with the 16-year-old, 15-year-old, and she is his confidant, talking to him, being a partner to him, they are living together in an apartment. what's happening with her? What is she not doing? What is she not taking care of? Well, she's not cultivating friendships. She's not taking care of herself. It is affecting her psychological development, which is devastating as a mother for all of this to happen. So I hope that these videos are helpful, and if you're trying to leave a relationship or you know someone who is, to be aware of what can happen and prepare. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you find these videos helpful.